Okay, for this lesson, we're going to paste into different texts that we selected to create this kind of cool advertising effect. So I'm doing the Bronx Zoo, but you'll have options to either follow along exactly to the video or to choose your own adventure on the text and matching into the text. So the first step is to get text. So I chose Bernard MT condensed. You really want a text that has like significant weight to it. So that's got a little bit of thicker letters because otherwise, like for the L, if you choose something like if you choose something like this Blackadder ITC regular, you're not really going to see the pictures that you put in there. So if you want to follow along with me, you can pick Bernard MT condensed regular, or Elephant is pretty good. Elephant would be appropriate for what I'm going to do, but just choose something with a little bit more weight to it, right? And then you're going to just, obviously type it out. Okay, and I have this called Bronx Zoo, right? I have this, my text Bronx Zoo. Again, you're writing whatever you'd like to put in there. And then I'm going to select the magic wand tool. So we're kind of building on some selection tools. The quick selection and object selection might work, but the magic selection is going to work nice with the black and white text. If you didn't do black text, just that might make a difference, might not, probably not, but if you want to change it to black and white, just change it down here on the bottom left. Okay, then I'm going to select my whatever letter I'm working on. So let's say I selected the Z. That should make that nice selection around the Z. Okay, and now I'm going to grab a picture online. It could be anything. Any animal that I have. All right, and I'm going to obviously right click and copy the image. Then I go back to my selection. I'm going to put edit, just make sure your layer is selected. I'm going to do edit, and then I'm going to do paste special and paste into. Alright, so what you'll see is you'll make a new layer here, and you see it's only on my Z, right? And you see the Z as the outline here, and then you see the picture here. Now obviously this isn't really exactly working because it's so small, or it's not really adjusted. So now I have to adjust that. I need to put edit, and I need to transform it. I want to change the size of it, so that's scale. Remember, I have the sliding scale up here, which will make sure that it stays locked. And I'll make that bigger. And since it's pasted into, right, we want it to kind of move over here. So we get it. Okay. So you're going to do that for each of the letters that you have. Okay, so now I'm going to select another. I'm going to go back to, make sure you go back to the text layer. I'm going to use my magic wand. I'm selecting that. I'm going to choose a new, if you're working on Bronx Zoo, a new animal. I'm going to run out of animals at some point. And I'm going to right click and copy my image. And then I'm going to go to edit and paste special, paste into. Okay, and now I'm going to transform it. So edit and transform. I want to do scale. And I'm going to make it bigger. Cool. And there he is. Okay, so you're going to do that for each of the letters for whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, and then the last thing is we need a background here. So I'm going to try to make something that's kind of Bronx Zoo, jungle-ish theme, something green, using one of these filters that we worked on yesterday. So I'll use like a deep dark green here. I'll click OK. I'm going to make sure that it's underneath all the other layers. Okay, and then I'm going to paint. And now I want to use a filter so it's not so like plainish. So let me use one of those filters, and I think what's going to work well here, I remember doing fibers yesterday. That's going to work well. It's going to give me that jungle effect, and you can play around with some of these sliders, see the variance is how like varied something is. Alright, I'm going to make it a little less varied. Let's see, should I decrease the strength? Okay, just to where I get, remember I want to go to the effect of like, hey, I want this to be jungle-like, so okay, that sounds pretty good. Not bad. I kind of want it a little bit different, so I'm gonna do it one more time, a little bit different here. Yeah, I want a little more variance. That's what I think I need, and I think a little more strength on the slider. Cool. Yeah, that's more closer to the effect that I want. Okay, but you can do anything, right? So whatever you selected in as your text and whatever you're putting in as the paste into, just try to cut to a theme, right? And this is the beginning of thinking about our advertising, thinking about kind of combining some of the effects together. All right, thanks guys. Hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next video.